Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, July 24th. This is Gina McGuire. We will continue to see lightning today over the northern areas of the Great Basin. However, again, wetting rains will accompany the lightning. Therefore, the risk for large problem fires still remains low. However, we'll continue to see initial attack. Warmer and drier weather will emerge by this weekend through especially next week. However, a trough will be moving in on Sunday, which will allow winds to increase across especially Nevada and into western Utah, along with relative humidity between 10 and 15%. Even though critical fire weather conditions will likely be occurring in some of this area on Sunday, fuels will still be recovering with fuel moisture still on the higher side. Yesterday we continued to see lightning across the Great Basin. However, it was less lightning than we saw on Wednesday, with still thunderstorms over much of central and northeast Nevada into Idaho, Wyoming, and far northwest Utah. These thunderstorms were again accompanied by wetting rains. Looking at the images over the last 7 days, the image on the left shows the amount of precipitation we've seen in the last 7 days, and on the right it shows this precipitation relative to normal. This precipitation has been well above normal over much of northern Nevada, the Sierra, into southwest Idaho, and really much of eastern side of Nevada into southwest Utah. Fire activity yesterday was still very light across the area, with only a few small fires reported. The water vapor satellite image from today shows this trough of low pressure over northern California, and this will move eastward, helping to push this deeper moisture further east over the next 2 days. Continued low fire potential is expected across the Great Basin due to recent moisture and expected showers and thunderstorms today. Today, showers and thunderstorms will be pushed slightly further east than what we saw yesterday and extend from northeast Nevada into the northern portion of the Great Basin, with temperatures just below normal. Looking at conditions over the weekend, the deeper moisture is now being pushed further east by the first trough on Saturday, with still low fire potential across the Great Basin and now much drier air moving into much of Nevada and Utah. This will allow for any thunderstorm activity to be pushed further north and east, possibly near the central Idaho mountains into far southeast Idaho and western Wyoming. However, most activity will be further north. Temperatures will remain just below normal on Saturday. By Sunday, another trough of low pressure drops into the west coast, and this will allow for an increasing winds on Sunday and also continued dry weather across Nevada and Utah, with some moisture starting to work its way back into central Idaho. Fire potential will still remain rather low on Sunday due to the recent moisture. However, winds will be increasing, with gusts above 30 miles per hour across some areas of Nevada and into western Utah, with relative humidity below 15%. Therefore, we may see some areas of critical fire weather conditions. However, again, fuel moisture will still be recovering from the recent showers and thunderstorms across the area. Now looking at the weather pattern for the early to mid portion of next week, this trough of low pressure will move across the northern portion of the Great Basin on Sunday and Monday, and this will bring a return of showers and thunderstorms and some cooler temperatures and gusty winds to Idaho, especially into western Wyoming as we move through late Sunday into Monday. Areas further south will continue to see dry conditions and some breezy winds. Fuel moisture will continue to decrease as we move through next week as high pressure over the southwest builds north across the Great Basin, and this will bring a return of dry weather, low relative humidity, and above normal temperatures to all areas, especially as we move towards the middle of the week. Fuel moisture will continue to decrease with a return to low to moderate fire potential in some areas of Nevada as we move through Tuesday and Wednesday. Any lightning may return later next week into next weekend. However, the timing of this is still uncertain, and this will continue to be monitored. Fire danger indices have been increasing over southern areas of the Great Basin as this area has seen drier weather recently. However, further north, ERCs continue to decrease with the wet weather we've seen over recent days. However, ERCs will be increasing in all areas as we move later in the weekend into next week and drier weather returns to all areas. Live fuel moisture has been decreasing in the sagebrush and in the larger fuels, however, is still near normal across the Great Basin. Over the next 8 to 14 day period, taking us into the end of July, early August, shows a return of above normal temperatures and generally dry conditions for the northern half of the Great Basin. However, later in the first week of August, we may see a return of above normal precipitation if moisture surges into parts of southern Nevada and Utah. That concludes the briefing for this morning. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you for listening.